say thank you.
Why don't you go stand in front of everybody instead of way over there? Go stand over there in front of everybody.
Don't get close where they can hit you.
All right. I wanted to point out that the champion trophies that we're giving out this year and all the banquet trophies are going to have these beautiful clocks set into the trophies. These were done by the Santiagos, Daniel Santiago and Santiago team, Spanky, Gerald, all the good guys there. So this year, this trophy is a keeper, and it'll keep time for you too. So that's going to be coming up. That's coming up.
Very nice.
The reason I'm coming to this meeting here is there's been a little bit of a controversy as to who actually owns the association and who has the authorities to do what. This association is owned by us, all of us. There's no individual. Do I have anybody that disagrees with that? Speak now. Anyway, this association is owned by all of its members. That's how our insurance is written, and that's how it should be. Every year, the association has an opportunity to elect board members or replace them. But those board members are representative of what needs to be done here. Board members have to make decisions, and those decisions you don't all necessarily have to be involved with. We make judgment calls. We know more about each of you individually than the rest of you is likely to know. We keep files and records and pictures, etc. So because of the questions as to who owns the association, it also came up that the Hilo Speedway.com website is actually owned by Steve Bagenstos. We don't deny that. What's unfortunate is because that website bears the same name as our association name, we're out there
And it's hooked to
under his
Motorhead.
name. And what does he write? He writes slanderous comments, and this has been going on all year, and I will share these with you privately.
Motorhead
Don't-
gets 100,000 hits a month.
Oh, well.
Okay? It's hooked to Motorhead.
Okay, thank you, Tina. This came to my mind when I was browsing through Motorhead because I had sent them some pictures, and they, Nelson Parker sent me a thank you and a hyperlink to his site. So I checked it out. Beautiful. Did a great job. Buck Post picture looks good on it. And has anybody seen the Motorhead website? Oh well. Anyway, he claims he's getting 100,000 hits. He's linked to Steve's website. You go to Steve's website, and what do? You get a whole lot of slander. And what's more, and this has been a problem for 2 years, he has not maintained that website. He is not putting the race results on it. He is doing a lousy job of it. We tried early in the year to wrestle it from him, and he won't let go. So, this board decided we had enough. And the board of directors had a meeting, and we voted that Steve can no longer be a member of the association.
Who's on your board?
The board presently, Tina Mosley, myself, and Fred Santiago.
Yeah, but the board can't do it. The membership.
But something of that magnitude, the whole association has to be involved. Where's the meeting? I'd like to see the minutes of that meeting.
Does it say that in the bylaws?
It doesn't say it in the bylaws. The bylaws gives the board of directors full authority to act in
Not
the best
something
interest
this radical.
of the Hilo
Not
voters.
something this radical. This is radical.
This
Then
might
vote.
bring us- this might
And
bring us up
anybody that don't like
right
it, you
now.
can vote. One of the reasons it's important to do this today and not like next time, or maybe not even the time before, is so you guys can vote.
That's right. We're
No,
gonna
we're
vote today. We're gonna vote today on that whatever you
A fairly
did.
strong board. It's quite all right. Now I
I'd
can
like to
tell
see
you
the
that
minutes
Gemma
of that meeting.
and Tony and Ed will do a good job. If you guys want to vote for them, we don't have to have discussions with Steve or anybody else.
Yes, we do. Well, Tina.
No, just vote.
I don't think we need argument. We don't need argument.
We're not here. We don't want to
can
play
vote.
politics here.
We can just vote. We don't need
We're not here
argument.
to play politics. We're trying to get a race going. We're trying to enjoy ourselves out here, and that's the main thing. And what hurts, though, is as we try to raise money, from sponsors, and as we try to gain cooperation from people in the past that cooperated, we find that Steve's operating in the background, slandering the organization. And it's clear on his website. It's in writing.
Wait, is it towards the sponsors that is going from head to head and slandering you guys' name? No.
I don't believe that's the case, but I can say this, that if you were going to give money to an organization, I think you might want to take a look at their website. In any case, I perceive in my efforts on the board, and the rest of the board has worked hard to raise money. We're running into this all the time, this kind of stuff. Now this has to stop. If we're going to work as a group, we all have to work as a group. We're doing the same thing. We want to race. We want to make this a successful organization. It will not work if someone is publishing slanders and lies. If you read what this says, there is no question. He is slandering us big time on his website. He's been doing it all year long. The board got together. We made that decision. Now, we did it now. Why do we do it now? Why do we make that decision now? It's because we have an election today. Now, there's been a question as to, well, members should be involved in all serious things. We are not in a position to know what all Steve has done this year. I don't think most of you even want to make that decision as to whether somebody should have a right to race or not. The bylaws are clear, though, and I brought a copy of them, that no, and I'll read it to you.
We don't need that.
Okay, well, we don't
We
need
would
to
like to make a motion that either the members agree or disagree with your decision to kick Steve Bagnosos out of the association while he's leading the Barber Division in points. By a show of hands, how many agree?
Wait, I got one question.
Okay.
You kicking him out for this season or forever? You guys
Well,
make a decision as far as you
I
cannot
would
finish
say
the
that
season and you're gonna let him in again, or what was the
And if Steve wants to petition this board or next year's board, and he has, shown himself to be of interest to the whole organization, and he's not trying to slam us, then the board will take that under consideration. Absolutely.
So,
But as it stands,
but the decision is not. Is it for this season, for the remainder of this season, and
remainder
be
of this
eligible
season,
next year?
Steve is finished.
Okay, so that's the motion that the gentleman there is talking
I
about.
make that motion by a show of hands. How many agree with the board's decision to kick Steve Bagnosos
Before
out of the
you show your
association?
hands now, think if it was yourself. You bust your ass the whole year. You hear every show. Okay? You put on a show for us. Okay? I don't care how you feel about him as how I feel. That does how he does.
How does he feel about us?
By a show of hands, may I see
But I
how many
also
agree
see,
or disagree?
I also see only the drivership.
How many agree with the board's
You guys
decision
don't
to
want
kick
us
him
to
out?
the vehicles.
Let me have
Anybody.
Judy say
I
something.
think everything that you folks are talking about right now is premature, okay? You ended up in this problem because you allowed somebody to register, I'm saying you as representative of this board or this association, you allowed somebody to control a domain that you have no control over.
I didn't do this. This
Okay, I'm
happened
just
last year.
saying. So all of what they're saying is premature. You're trying to get somebody out that has been a member here, has participated here because of his tie into a website that could announce to the world what we do here. That's your problem as the president. You need to get that in check and find out why we as a board or association don't have control over that website.
Exactly.
So
He made the website. It's his domain, just like your Facebook page.
Excuse
Well,
me,
well,
Mark.
Let's just change it then.
That's not
This
what I
was
said.
exactly my problem with
We're done with
Steve last year. We brought this up to Steve last year. We want this association to be owned. We want it to own its own name. We want it to own its own website. And we want everyone to be positive. We want everyone to promote the organization. We're doing it for ourselves, for crying out loud. It's no good if we have people out there slandering us. It hurts.
Speaking about promoting, you have to put on a poster. How do you explain that much? I mean, the beginning of the general
Wait a
meeting,
second. Have
you
I
had-
not put out
Let her
posters?
finish what she's saying.
I'm sorry. Go
In the
ahead.
beginning, you made fun of our posters and stuff, but yet, you pointed out that she puts out a beautiful poster. But what I see at like Automotive Supply is that aggressive drivers wanted. How do you explain that? We want fun, we want enjoyment and stuff, and yet you're asking
Well,
for aggressive
I
drivers.
wanna
Is that a promotion of a track?
I want to say a couple things.
And on
Well,
top of that,
I
the
never
hold on,
complained
Russ.
about last year's
Russ,
on any level.
speaking on behalf of the sponsors. because I read a lot. It's nothing to do with the website. It's how this thing is being run now. As far as you looking for sponsors, I don't think you even tried.
We're all over the buses. You can talk to people, seen them out on the pavement, Vancouver downtown doing it. We've been to every single automobile company and every single tow company and businesses up and down. But really, all of us need to promote this. I make posters, I give them out to the drivers. The driver, part of the responsibility and part of the privilege of being a member is that you need to promote the organization. If we have division, then we're going to have small turnout, we're going to have people mad at each other. Isn't that what we're about? We're about the only people that can race stock cars. On the whole island, for 2,500 miles, we're the only people who can race stock cars. Now I think we need to get along here. And we've got one person who's been giving us crap all year. Now, if you want to vote on it, if you really think you need to vote on it, my personal feeling is you can select another board of directors if you want to today. If you don't like that option, you can vote right now as far as I'm concerned. Ed wants to see a hand vote to say how many people think a member ought to be slandering us on the HiloMotorSpeedway.com.
That's not the fucking question.
That's really it.
That's the question.
Is this not slander?
Just
Have you
because
read
that's
this,
not
Ed?
the question.
Do you approve of this?
I've got more copies
Have
than
you
you
approved
believe,
of it?
okay?
Do you approve of this? Do you agree with this?
I don't agree with anything you've done all year, and I don't want this to turn into a shouting match. All I want is a show of hands with people that agree with your decision.
It said the board of directors wasn't doing their job. That's all it says.
I'm really sorry that some
So
people
why is
feel
it
that
such
way.
a big deal then?
Well, you're
If
about to
sorry?
find out. By a show of hands, how many agree with the board's decision?
As the vice president,
Thank
Wait
you.
a second.
as the vice president, all you drivers, how many of you, with the show of hands, allow Steve Bagnitos to come back into this place and race today? Raise your hands now.
And how many
How many of you disagree with what most of us agree with? We made that decision. Tell Steve, get his car ready.
You need to know that.
I would like a second motion.
All right. I don't really want to prolong this. If you all think that Steve should be racing today,
It's the membership's decision.
memberships
always has
have that, you know, we're
We
trying to
still
do
have
the
the insurance thing.
Tina, please, all right.
Okay, what is the
Hey,
insurance?
as far as I know, we're not covered under insurance today.
I'll back up the insurance as long as everybody promises not to get hurt.
We're covered all year. The policy covers us all year, regardless.
All right, Russ has already mentioned it. By a show of hands, I would like to see how many would approve moving the entire board. The entire board of directors.
Right now.
Right now. How many people agree with that decision by a show of hands? Please raise your hand.
We move the board and
We move the board entirely.
not gonna do it today.
The board.
Count hands, I think.
I'm going to put this. We have ballots. Let's have plenty.
No, that takes too long. We're going to finish this right now.
Exactly.
Well, then let's get the ballots
This-
now. We should make it anonymous.
All you gotta
Sorry,
do is
but
count
the Hilo
hands.
Motor Speedway Association has bylaws. We've worked hard all year to represent this group. We felt we were the authority. I still feel we are the authority as far as I am concerned.
That's the problem, Russ.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Right there.
Dead. Now, I say tough.
I know
Tough
people will
Steve
take
is
it.
out. It's a board decision.
I'm sorry.
Unanimous
Russ.
decision.
Yeah.
We will not let him race today.
Well, then we're
And
going
if
to move
you
you.
Well,
don't
do it.
agree with this,
This way,
There
show of
is
hands.
one
Count the
over
hands. Count the hands.
She was the one that
Count
pirated
the
my
hands.
materials.
We are taking, we're having an
Trying to
election.
combine
It'll be my last day
wanna
as
raise-
vice president if you guys let him be president.
Occupied.
Anybody
We have an
second the motion?
election after the first two heats. You can make your decision. This year, the decision is made.
Yes, I can. Yes, I
Steve
can.
is out.
I'm the
I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Membership.
We will not.
Membership does that, not you.
This is
because you said that?
We have a vote for this.
I want to see the meeting of your board meeting when you guys took him out.
I just got out of the
Wait a minute. I want to see the minutes. I want to see the minutes. Who brought that up? Who seconded it? And who voted for it? I want to see the meeting. The minutes.
Then we're gonna lose real quick.
We worked too hard to make this club go, and this is bullshit.
It's not bullshit to kick somebody out who's been slandering the organization all year. This is not a bullshit thing. You don't
The
realize.
membership voted we're going to run this thing.
That's right.